Hello everybody and welcome to this week's NIS stop, Bristol Motor Speedway. Definitely not my favorite track out there, but it's definitely one of the ones I enjoy the most coming at, especially when there's clean racing. It's a really fun track, and it relies a lot more on knowing how to drive the car than just going around the track, passing people, that kind of stuff. So we won't focus much on hot lap. I'm just going to show you like the preferred line, how to get in and out of the corners, and we're mainly going to talk about like getting around traffic and what to avoid, or some probably like the best ways to get around it. So I had done a whole video already, and then I realized that my mic was muted. So I'm just going to use like the laps that I had done before instead of doing them live like I normally do, just because I am on the graveyard shift. I just came home in the morning. I'm kind of tired, so I don't want to spend too much time on this. So so my breaking points here are usually like this sign right here or the sign before. Like this sign here, or this sign here, depending on what I'm trying to do there, on how fast I'm trying to go, saving tires or not. The most important thing here is that you want to enter high and stay high. Like, don't go any lower than this. The reason you want to do it like that is like you can, once you enter high, so you want to enter high here on the brake. You see, like I'm letting go of the brake, and then you want to let the car roll. As soon as you can start cutting down there, you start putting some power. You don't want to go full power right away. You want to wait till you cut down to get a good exit. One thing you want to avoid doing is that you don't want to come into the corner and then cut the corner, or make your entry on the middle of the track, and then like slowly come up the track to the wall and then cut down as you normally would. So this is, it'll probably yield you like better lap times originally, but what happens when you do that is that you're being extremely hard on your right front. So after 10-20 laps, you're going to start falling off a lot more, and on such a short track, like a tenth or two a lap that you fall more than others makes a huge difference, because it's not like you fell a tenth or two on a 30-second lap. You did that on a 15-second lap, so it's gonna compound like a lot quicker. I mean, you can still do it, but it's definitely not the way to go if you're in it to finish the race. So you want to try and stay high the whole time. That way you're easy on your car. You can roll through a corner, then step on it, get out. I probably could have stepped on it a bit sooner there based on that exit. Same thing here. As you can see, I hit the brakes at this sign, I think, or the next one. Yeah, I started hitting the brakes. Just going easy here, making sure I hit the line. So again, same thing here. Go up high, roll the car. Like you'll see, like at this point, I have no brake, no throttle. I'm just letting the car roll through the corner. And then once the car bites, you'll see here the front end will start to turn, and you can have a look. I'll start giving it some gas. As soon as the car starts to turn, I get back on the power. Now, as soon as you're lined up and using all that banking, you go full throttle. I went way too low here. That was, if you do that, it's really dangerous losing it coming out of a corner, which it looks like I almost did, yeah. So I think the next lap will give a better example here. Yeah, still kind of low. I guess I like coming down low here. that's a little bit better. Anyway, so yeah, like going into entry middle, really hard on your stuff going down the middle, going up high. So if you just focus on that, like every turn, like you'll be as easy on your stuff as you possibly can be. The other thing will be like how deep you want to drive it in before you brake. That's another thing, but I mean that's preference. I'll leave that decision up to you. So the main thing around here is getting through traffic, and there's like a few little things like you do not want to do. Like you don't want to be like overly timid and just be like, oh, I don't want to be the guy that causes a wreck or whatever. So that when you're trying to pass a car on the inside, which is like really hard to do already, and you come down like all the way low and stay low all the way through the track. You're never going to pass anybody there unless your car is like really faster than whoever you're passing. So you don't want to be timid like that, because you're gonna have like too wide racing, and then during this whole time you're the one ruining your stuff and not the guy on the top line. So you really want to be smart about who you're racing. It's always best if you don't know who you're racing against, or you're not positive like how he's running the track. That's especially true in lower splits, because lower split people don't run optimal lines, or they don't always run the same line, or it's kind of like all over the place. So it's more important there to pay attention how he's driving the car around the track, so then you know where you're gonna pass. In top split, I'm not saying that top split is any better, but you can expect everybody to be around the same point of the track throughout the corners, except maybe for the exit. But I mean, exit, if you're already too wide, well, you can force it in there. So it's a bit easier to make an aggressive pass, because they're going to be like right up the top. So what you want to do is that as you're coming in and the outside car is starting to get his corner, you want to dip down. You pretty much want to do what I just said don't do when you're running alone. You want to dip down and then go up through the middle of the corner. You want to be sure that you don't overshoot it and then hit the wall or hit the car or whatever. But by the time you guys are there, like around the mid corner, you should be back up. And you need like if your spotter says like outside, and that means this spotter said inside, you need to take that whole lane here. Like keep the car you're passing on as high on the track as possible. Because what happens is that when you guys get here, and normally you would like cut down and put the power down to get off the corner, you want to be able to do that too, to a certain extent, because you're too wide, it's going to be a little bit harder. But if you're keeping that car there and you come out through that corner, whoever you're passing here now has to wait before he can go full power a little bit further down the line. See, if you're there, like I can't cut down and go full power. I have to, ride up a little bit before I can put it. So if your car is faster than that, faster than whoever you're passing, and your driving skills are, okay to pass, like you take a corner or two like that, and you should be able to get around whoever, or get enough ahead that they can like lift up the throttle enough just to let you pass, not to screw up the traffic behind them and get trained or anything like that. But it's really important that if you're going to be timid and like stay at the very bottom there, you're probably just better off staying behind the car and waiting for him to do a mistake coming out of the corner, where you can like dive it in there coming out and pass him on the short straightaway. Another thing you can expect too is that if you're going kind of slow and you're backing up traffic, this track is a pretty good track to do the bump and run, and the bump and run is pretty much as like if you're hitting your brake points before like people behind you are, or there's all kinds of things, or maybe your car is not rolling through the corner as well as the people behind you, so then you're slowing up the traffic. What's going to happen is that when you're gonna about here, they're going to give you a little bump to give you more momentum, so you can't cut down. So instead of cutting down here, you'll be like going up the wall here instead, and then they'll cut down and with all the momentum and pass you. Like there's I would say like about half people that attempt this know how to do it properly and will actually get it right, and others will probably get you to swear or something. But it's a short track. You have to go in with the mentality that stuff like that is going to happen if you're slow, especially at Bristol, because it's not like I can get off the corner and try to put my nose on the inside of your quarter panel and then, okay, I'm good, I can pass you. Even if you make a mistake at Bristol or whatever happens, you're up high and you're keeping the preferred line no matter what you do. If you screw up your corner, hit the wall, whatever happens, you're keeping the preferred line. So people get impatient. So know who you're racing against. If you're not too sure, wait a lap or two. Like follow the car around the track or a lap or two. See like where he's braking. See how he's doing his corners, that kind of stuff. And then as you're going around, like you try to find a hole that you can take advantage of to start making a move to pass. Pit pretty straightforward here. I'd be surprised if you have a green flag pit stop. I've been on iRacing since March of last year, and I don't think I've ever had a green flag pit stop at Bristol. Well, maybe I had it once or twice on a small field race. But yeah, like know who you're racing against. Practice your passing. Like don't get into a race without having practice and coming down here and then going up the corner while staying. See, like while you're outside of your car, like staying around there and powering it down. Like practice that a few times at the very least. Because if you hop in the race and you can't pass anybody, or you're just gonna get frustrated. So learn how to play mind games and stuff like that, and get better at the track. As always, like your goal is to finish the race. Like I'm not the best iRacer out there. There's like many that are better than I am, but I always aim to finish the race, because iRacing being iRacing, in tracks like this or any other track really, like half the field is not going to finish the race, or they're going to finish with damage. So if your mindset is to finish the race, you already beat 50% of the field. Like that's the way I think about it. So now after that, you just have to, depending on how good your car is compared to others or whatever, you have to fight the 15s that are left. And if you do that, you'll slowly climb and get where you want to be. Anyway, so that's it for this week's track guide. Thanks you guys for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you want to see some more, and I'll catch you guys next time.